Hey, this is Gene. I'm just checking out my new phone here to see this is better than the iPad, so you can see the 4K glory of my face. Um, what do you want to talk about? I watched a little bit of what Nick had to say last night. I didn't watch all of them. I watched probably half of what he had to say. Really nothing new, really. He did talk about Candace is saying some things, and Jason Whitlock is talking about Candace today. I mean, Candace had a fucking She had over 300,000 people just on YouTube watching her last night, which is crazy. I mean, she was getting Vic figures like Trump will get, or even um, that's about as high as you. I mean, I've seen that before. Nick had about that between Rumble and other stuff. He had probably close to that, but that was kind of amazing that she got all that. And of course, there are a lot of people on her channel was supporting her, but then a lot of people online is saying that she's so emotional because apparently she's in love with Charlie Cook and they had some sort of affair, and this is why she's that way. And Nick kind of like laughs about that, about how her and Nick got together when they were talking. So, taking that all off to the side, obviously, for a black woman, she is a very beautiful woman. But she's married, has what now, 3 or 4 kids. We shouldn't really talk about it like that. I don't think that mostly speaking, women should be in charges of leadership positions. I think that her place is fine, what she does. I think her trying to expose stuff, and especially somebody she knew and was a friend of, I have no issue with her. I think there's going to be some sort of dick together with Matt Walsh, Candace Owens, Nick in some way. I think we're going to see that. Hopefully, we see that. I do want to talk just a little bit about Nest Destiny and how just idiotic that man gets on TV and says what he says. This little dude could not defend himself against anybody, and he allowed a man to come into his house and just have sex with his wife. He has got no more. I don't understand why people give him anything. He's not that smart. It's like he is just a product of our degenerated society. That this person is a thought leader on the left that a lot of people talk to. When he says he's like their side's version of Ben Shapiro, and as much as I hate Ben Shapiro, Ben Shapiro is leagues above him for debating. Let's say I don't know. It was very very shocking when I saw um, the Crucible was on there talking, and Sosa with Casperi was on there, and she didn't like the fact that he called out the left. And people want to get against the Crucible because he didn't really like Charlie Kirk. Like most people don't really like Charlie Kirk for some reason. Um, Maybe he is not the right Christian because you hear that all the time when he's being talked to. What you're spouting is not Christian. It's like it is about as close to Christian as you can get because he uses the words out of the Bible. And people who go to churches in the country, they're not really Christians, or they don't really believe what the Bible says. They like the idea that maybe there's some motivation there, that if you do good things will come to you. This is a good place for you if you're depressed or something like that. And we accept everybody as Christians. We're supposed to, but they don't. This when you're trying to find a church to go to, and that's the biggest problem I've ever had. I was in when I was in California and stuff. I was going to a lot of these humanistic churches, and I just could. They were so far to the left, and that was when I was considered on the left, and they were further left than me, and they were just saying that it's okay. You can do all this stuff. That just say that you love God, and that's enough. Well, by saying that you love God, or you say that Jesus died on the cross for you, and you ask to be saved, you have to understand what that actually means. Once you say I'm good, I've been reborn, you're supposed to dedicate yourself to this teaching that this man had. And what he said, if you do stuff like this, you're going to end up being hell, right? Yeah, he came with love, but he also comes with fury, and we'll see that at the end, right? We're going to see this. He saved us from the 72,000 angels when he was on the cross. But when at the end of the day, when all this happens, a lot of people are going to die, according to the revelation of John. But anyway, I just want to see how this works. Let me know the voice, if I sound okay. Does it look okay? The question is I actually will upload. I have not been able to upload anything from this phone yet. I just uploaded iOS 26 on this phone. Haven't really seen anything new with it. I know it's going to do something in CarPlay, so I'm going to see how that works. I'm going to go probably and maybe go do something with my son. Maybe we'll go down to Best Buy or something. Used to be a really good thing to go down to Best Buy, look at movies. They don't do that anymore, now do they? And I don't really understand it. You get people in there where there's a $20 or $30 a movie that's there, and then when they're still there, they look around at other things that have the bigger purchase price, where they can get like warranties on that, where they make a lot of their money. I just don't understand why they got rid of it. There's a place in town in Huntsville at the mall, and they're selling new movies. Maybe we'll do that today. Maybe I'll go down there and we'll come back to Best Buy and see. Maybe they might have something there, because sometimes they have stuff there that I can't even get online. Now you pay a little bit more than MSRP, but I'm okay with that if it's available. So, but maybe we'll do that. I'm going to see how this works. Let me know in the comments. And if you really want to subscribe and share this, I would really appreciate that. I would like to get 1,000 subscribers sometimes in my life. I don't think that's going to happen unless I find, I actually have a big video that gets a lot of views. I think the biggest video I have on this channel is about talking about my TV. I think it's over 20,000. The rest of it is, I rarely get over 100. So I definitely like it when somebody does it or subscribes to me and listens to what I have to say. Really, the only thing I've left other than taking care of my family is just to mentor young people and have discussions, just like Charlie did. But that's about it. We'll talk to you guys later, and let's see if this loads up. You guys have a good day. Bye.